Hey guys, it's Tamara Bennett from Southern Adornments Decor. Today, I'm going to be showing you a peek inside our Painters Clubhouse this past month. This is something new that we just started about a month ago or so, and our members are really loving it. You guys are loving it. It's a great way for you to kind of see behind the scenes of what we've taught in the Clubhouse this past month. But not only that, even better, you get to see what our members have created using the tutorials that we've taught. And it's so inspiring because I might paint this truck this way in these colors, but somebody else might change it up and put their own spin on it. And that's one of the great things about being in the Painters Clubhouse is seeing all the different ways that people are painting things. Plus, you get inspired when you see that somebody has sold a door hanger or had a great craft show or a paint party or something like that. And so that's what we're doing this morning. It's called the Painters Clubhouse Showcase. So we're going to get started with that in just a moment. I would love to say hello to everybody in the comments. Tell me who's watching. I see we got Nicole and Sharon. Hey, Boone. She said, I'm a deaf person. I love to watch you so much. Well, I'm glad. I hope my Kentucky accent comes through in the closed captioning clearly, because I know sometimes I talk 100 miles an hour and my twang in my voice gets crazy. Hi, Linda. Hi, Sharon. Okay. So, what have we been up to in the Clubhouse this month? First off, we always choose two new door hangers to teach you guys. And then we have a one that is an older design that we remix. So, this month, the new design that I taught was that Sunflower USA jars that you see there in the middle. And actually, I taught this one yesterday, just yesterday. And it was so cute, you guys. And then our guest instructor always comes in and teaches something. And so we had Cindy Sanchez from Timbercrafts. If you aren't following her, you should be. It's so much glitter and whimsy, and her stuff is so cute. And she designed this door hanger. It was a sunshine on a wooden round. And the eyes that are shaped like hearts were 3D pieces. And then the lettering said Summer Lovin', and those were 3D as well. And she always puts a ton of glitter on her stuff. So we actually also are now offering our members something called a PC companion pack. And that is the wood blanks that we're going to be teaching that month in like a bundle. And we send them out, or we mail them out to our members if they choose to buy one. And one of the bonus items that we put in our PC companion pack this past month was a bottle of Galaxy glitter from Deco Art that is perfect for using on this project if you want to glitter it up. And so it's been so good to see all the glittered door hangers. And then the other design, which was our remix, was this 4th of July truck, which is actually hanging up on the wall right behind me here. The original design for this one had a red truck with all the other elements were pretty much the same. I think it also had fireworks on it coming up at the top of the truck. And that one was taught by our guest artist, Erica Wallace. And then that was like a year, maybe 2 years ago. It's hard to keep track because time flies so fast. But I wanted to change it up and kind of make those red, white, and blue elements pop even more. So I painted the truck in a nice, soft sage green, and it turned out so pretty. Hi, Teresa. Hello, Melinda. Watching while your dad's doing chemo. Well, tell your dad I said hello. Nicole says, I'm cutting out the truck today to paint over the weekend. Okay, awesome. I can't wait to see it. All right, let's have a look at what our members created using these projects. So looking first at the truck, Becky did one, and so did Rosemary and Melinda and Hannah. And most of these ladies kind of stuck around the same color scheme that I did, but their colors are like maybe a little bit more blue or turquoise. It looks like Hannah may have used the same exact color I did. And I love the different variations on these. And it's just so neat to see how different people change it up. Like Becky, for instance, did her lettering in color instead of in black. And let's see. I think all of them. Oh, and she also put America on the license plate instead of USA. So look at all the little differences amongst these and, see if you can find some inspiration there. Dixie said, after I got the bottle, I think she's talking about the glitter glue. She said, I went to the Deco Art site and went crazy with all of their glitter paints. I'm so glad to hear that, Dixie. And then with our sunflower jars, some of y'all painted these awfully quick because I just painted this live yesterday, but some of you guys had already gotten on the ball painting these. So Nicole Rogers has painted hers. That's hers at the top left. And then Miranda Pitts shared hers on the right over there, and also her Summer Lovin' and Hello Summer designs. And then Danelle Warburton changed hers up completely. Instead of going patriotic, she just did funky, like whimsical patterns on the jars and then did the flowers in different colors, which is so creative. I would not have thought to do that. I don't know why. I guess when I see red, white, and blue patriotic, that's the only thing I see. I didn't even think about changing this up and making it just cute little flowers and whimsical jars. So if you don't want to do this in a patriotic way, you could totally change it up like Danelle did and make it just cute and whimsical for any time of spring or summer. And then here's a look at the summer loving designs that some of our members did. We've got Linda Helser and Linda Albano and Kathy Blackshear and Wanda Holloman. I really love all the glitter on Wanda's. Can you tell that the eyes and the lettering and all that are glittered? And you can tell that they're 3-dimensional also. So she must have gotten one of our May companion packs because we had the option for the 3D lettering added on to the blank. And so she bought that. And then this is not a Painters Clubhouse design, but you guys have been seeing this everywhere because it was such a hit that we have sold, I don't know, it's like at least 200, probably more than that, of these designs. And I painted this one on Facebook Live here on my page, not in Painters Clubhouse, but here on my page a few weeks ago. And it was such a hit that so many of our Clubhouse sisters bought one and have been sharing all the different ways they've painted them. And so it's been so neat to see all the different versions of this same design. Like Laura Munden, she did hers with sort of an ombre from a light teal to a dark teal, and then it's got daisies. Cynthia Myers did hers with like a wood background, but then did multiple color Gerber daisies all over it. Heidi Burdo did a really cool like pink and mint green. I'm not sure what color that is. Pink and mint green, like wood grain in the background. That was probably the most creative one I've seen so far. But as far as personal taste, I really love the ombre on Laura's. And then Donna's, I love the coloring and the way she ombre'd the letters. So these are all so cute. Hi, Donna. Welcome. Lori says, is there a website where we can buy the 3D attachments? So Lori, we don't really sell 3D attachments as of right now individually, but if you want to purchase this design in particular, it is on the site. Just type in Hello Summer and it should come right up in the search category. And it does have the 3D elements with it. Okay, and then we always have some really fun stuff pop up in the Clubhouse that really has nothing to do sometimes with what we actually painted that month, but we encourage our members to like share anything they're painting, whether it's something we're teaching, something we're not teaching, something they learned somewhere else, because some of you guys are in more than one painting group, and we love seeing all pictures of painted things and all kinds of crafts. So no matter where it is, you learned it or what you painted, we want to see it. And so Deanna Klingerman has been painting a bunch. I think she's the one that's been painting all the horses lately. And she just painted this golden doodle. And oh my goodness, it looks like a photograph. Right there is the photograph right next to it. So you can see like it looks exactly like the photo. I'm so impressed with all of her horse paintings and her doodles and all of that. That is so cute. I have a friend who raises doodle puppies. And so she would love that. And then Miss Pam Savage is always around to share something really creative, like a chicken with leopard print on her. And she even free-handed that chicken wire design in the background, which is super cool. And I love that she made the eggs leopard print as well. So there is always all kinds of cool inspiration. Oh, there's Deanna in the comments. You're welcome, Deanna. We might have to have you teach some sort of animal painting tutorial in the Clubhouse coming up soon. And then we have Joy Young, who shared this Highland cow that she painted. I think this was a gift for a new baby that was going to be born or something like that, if I remember correctly. I remember reading it. And so she took our Lola, the Highland cow head, and she incorporated other elements in the background, different kinds of mountains and things like that to kind of go with the theme for the baby. Okay, Deanna, I'll be reaching out to you. And then something else fun we did this past month was a Bible painting workshop. And while this did not take place inside the Clubhouse, it was separate from the Clubhouse. We did have lots of Painters Clubhouse members who took part in this, and they've been sharing their photos in the group. So Vicki Westbrook did the one at the bottom left. And I really love Vicky's lettering. She did like black lettering with a pink drop shadow, which was so clever and so unique, and it really made it pop. And then Jennifer Miller did the one at the top in the turquoise with the pink and purple flowers. That was that was the style that I taught with the exact same lettering and everything. So hers looks almost just like mine, except for instead of a yellow Bible, she did turquoise and kind of changed up the colors a little bit. Beautiful job, Jennifer. And then Deanna Z did the sunflowers at the top right, which are gorgeous. I love how those pop on top of that blue background, and your greenery is stunning. And then Linda Helser did the one at the bottom right. Hers is also sunflowers, and she did the words created with a purpose. But instead of painting a Bible, she painted a journal, which we encouraged people to do because a lot of times people are a little bit scared to like paint on a Bible for the first time. But painting on just like a hardback journal is a whole lot less intimidating because if you mess it up, it's just a notebook. You know, it's not like the Word of God. And so, a lot of ladies did choose to practice on a journal or to paint a journal, and then, you know, maybe they'll work up the courage to do a Bible at some point. Donna says, can we still do the Bible painting workshop? Yes, Donna, you can still sign up for it until the end of the month. We're keeping it open, and you can go in there and watch the replay of the tutorial. Even though you missed it live, all the things are still available. You can go in there and catch up. Donna says she would love to see a tutorial on how to paint an animal. What kind of animal? What kind of animal should we have them teach? We did have an artist come in the clubhouse last fall and teach how to paint your pet. And it was a picture of a cat, I believe. So give me some ideas. Let me know what you want to paint. What kind of animal? Okay, I got to stop and get a drink. The allergies are running rampant this time of year. Is anybody else having trouble with it? I've got constant like congestion in my throat. It's awful. And then something we do each month is we celebrate everybody's wins. And so I love seeing all these posts like this, like the one Melinda Alcorn shared. She said she had her first paint party for customers on Saturday night at a boutique where she has a booth, and 9 participants, and 7 of them wanted to know when the next class was. So it sounds like you may have developed a group of regulars, Melinda, and that group will only grow the more parties you do. So I'm glad you had a huge success of a party. So if any of you guys are thinking about doing paint parties, take some notes here because it's easy. Like you don't have to be the best painter in the room in order to host a paint party and to teach a paint party. You just have to be like one step ahead of everybody else in the room, like knowing which brush to use or what paint color to choose. And those little simple things help people kind of get over their fear of getting started painting, especially with our templates and things like that we have now. The design is already like traced on the wood or laser etched on the wood, depending on what you're using. And you're not going to have to like freehand the lettering or draw anything like I used to have to do way back in the day when I did paint parties. I had to hand letter everybody's door hanger. No more. Now everything is laser etched or we have templates, and it's so much easier than it used to be. Oh, Linda, you know what? I forgot to send out the text. Oh, shoot. I'm so glad you said that, but I completely forgot to send out the text. So that's probably why we don't have as many people here this morning. Let me go ahead and send it real quick and remind everybody. Join me live now for I almost said June, for the May PC Showcase. I can't type while everybody's watching. And a live Q&A. We're going to do a Q&A at the end of this. So if you have door hanger questions or anything like that, definitely be thinking of them. All right, I got to grab the link because everybody always can't find me. So let me grab the link real quick. Where are we? We're on the Southern Adornments Facebook page. Let me go over there and grab the link to where we are live, and I will drop it in the text. Nothing like doing this live while I'm in the moment to mess everything up. Okay, there we go. Oh, Jerry says Facebook actually sent you a notice. Sometimes Facebook does that, but lately I haven't been getting them for a lot of the people that I like to follow. Debbie says, I just happened to be on Facebook and it popped up that you were live. Well, I'm glad you found me. Amanda says, watching while they're prepping my daughter for her MRI. Oh, so you're in Cincinnati. That's right. You were going to go up there today. Hopefully she gets good news. Okay, good. I'm glad Facebook's doing their job. All right, so let's get back to talking about our Painters Clubhouse wins. Sheila Smith shared that she had an order for a camper, and she said, and the saying, what does it say? It says, what does that say? Hang on, I got to get the computer closer. Visits and feeds. Visits 6, feeds 4, sleeps 2. Oh, okay. I was like not getting it. And then she said, I also did a strawberry home sweet home door hanger using the same dry brush background technique that Tamara used on her new strawberry door hanger. She's talking about this one hanging up behind me. I painted this one live on Tuesday, and we used a really cool distressing dry brush technique on the background, which is really great for kind of just filling in a background. And so she was sharing that she used that same technique on the Home Sweet Home Flowers door hanger. I can never get them back up there after I take them down. You like the camper? Oh, hey, Marina. I forgot to send up the text. I'm so sorry. Hey, Carlin. Now all of a sudden our numbers are going up because everybody got their text. So I apologize to everybody who's just logging on. You might have missed the first 15 minutes. So you may have to watch that on replay because I forgot to send the text till just now. And so it's kind of cool to see people using a technique that they learned on one tutorial and implementing it on something different. So keep that in mind when you're watching one of my tutorials. You may think, oh, I'm not a big fan of strawberries, so I don't know that I'll ever paint that one, but I love how she did that dry brushing. And you might use that dry brushing on a completely different project. So keep those things in mind when you're watching tutorials here on my page or in the Painters Clubhouse. Not to mention we have over like 100 different tutorials in the Clubhouse and templates. Every single one of those has techniques built into them. Plus we have, I don't even know how many it is. Probably almost 100 technique videos as well that are specific about something like how to paint camouflage or how to do leopard print or things like that. So there's always more things you can learn and implement. Hi, Johnny. Hi, Amy. Hey, Jill. You just got the text. I'm so sorry. I forgot to send it till just now. Hey, Tara and Georgie. Hi, Charlotte. Okay. And then Becca Williams was so excited to share her Mother's Day gift that showed up in the mail yesterday. She said, I can't wait to use it later today. It looks like she got a jigsaw, a cordless jigsaw at that. So I'm happy for you. I can't wait to hear how it goes. Some other great wins we had. Deanna shared this gorgeous quilt block design that she painted, and the precision that takes, y'all. Painting whimsically is very easy to me. It's like swoops and swirls, and you can get outside the lines and nobody's going to notice. But when you paint a quilt block, you got to be careful. You got to be inside the lines, and you got to be precise. Otherwise it just looks like a mosaic mess. Probably not a mess, but it would just wouldn't look as clean as this looks. And Deanna did a wonderful job making this one look super clean. And we've had lots of our Clubhouse members asking, Tamara, can we do a quilt block design? Like, when are you going to do some quilt block designs? So I do plan to teach a quilt block pattern in the Clubhouse in July. So that's coming up. And we do currently have 5 different quilt block patterns on our website. So if you want to buy a template for one of those, you can get those at shopdoorhangers.com, or you can buy a wood blank for them. Now, we don't sell them any bigger than 18 inches, so it's not big enough to go on your barn. However, if you're going to do one, pro tip here, if you're going to do a quilt block design on a barn or something like that, and you need it blown up to like 4 feet in size, you can either take your template to a printing shop and they can print you what is that called? It's like a builder's print or something like that. It's like the big pieces of paper they do blueprints on. You can print the template on that. Or if you have a projector, even those old school projectors from like the 90s, 80s, 90s, you can project your image up onto the board and trace it on there. I've done that before when I did like a large Grinch cutout or something like that. And so you can even nowadays get projectors on Amazon, like super cheap. And you wouldn't even have to like print it on a transparency. It's pretty much just a camera that takes this image and projects it out there, just kind of like you were going to watch a movie on a projector screen. You can buy those like on Amazon pretty cheap nowadays. And so you could project it up on a large piece of wood and do like a big version of it to go on a barn. Everybody said, yes, quilt blocks. I love that idea. Hey, Carrie. Hi, Tammy. Okay, and then Sandy McCorder shared this gorgeous church painting on a wood round. So that church is actually from one of the other door hangers that I've painted in the past. The template for that one is available at shopdoorhangers.com. But she took the church only. So the original design kind of had like a shape cut out around the church and the words, "Then sings my soul." Well, she ignored all the rest of that and took just the church from that template and traced it on this wood round, added her own lettering that says Amazing Grace, which that is gorgeous, by the way. And then she filled in the background with sky and like little pine trees. So I thought that was so clever. Sandy's here in the comments with us, so y'all be sure and brag on her. She said, I have these pieces in a special collection that I call the Broken Pieces Collection. A portion of the sales goes to organizations that assist families in healing and mending broken relationships. She said, I wish I could find a good way to really show off the glass. Oh, the glass and glossy finish in these pictures. Oh, Sandy, I didn't realize it had glass and resin on it. I'm looking closely now. It does look like the stained glass is glass. I did not see this photo in the Clubhouse. I don't know how I missed it, but I'm going to have to go find it now and zoom in on the photo. One way to show it off, Sandy, would be making a video. Make a video like going over it and kind of showing from different angles what it looks like, especially if you're going to be selling these. I don't know if you have like an Etsy shop, or I think maybe even Shopify stores allow you to upload a video. So next to the product photo, I would upload a video or something that kind of shows up close what it looks like. But that is gorgeous. And then we're celebrating Delane Camarisi. She sold her very first door hanger, which is such a huge accomplishment. I know a lot of us aspire to sell door hangers, but maybe it hasn't happened for you yet, but don't give up. It will happen. And usually after that first one, it starts to snowball. I don't know what it is about it, but after that first sale, it's like you break the seal and all of a sudden you start selling more. And so keep at it, be consistent and show up and share your projects, and people will eventually buy. High five to Lisa Howell. She said, eek, I just got an order for 5 door hangers. She said the request was an initial on each one, simple but cute, and they can be different or the same. So it sounds like one person ordered all 5, and these must be gifts for somebody. So Lisa, I hope it all went well. I think by now she's probably already given, oh, yep, and that's the, I didn't even realize that picture right below it is the 5 door hangers. So she changed up the theme for each one and did a different monogram on each one. And it looks like she kind of like created her own designs for these, because these are not templates that I recognize. I see certain elements in each one that remind me of other templates, but I love that these are like 100% your own creation, Lisa. They're gorgeous. Sandy says, thank you. I have a website. I do have a couple of videos. Okay, good. Vicki Westbrook shared that she did a little vendor store at her lake community where she's been putting several lake-themed items there. Hopefully some will be interested. I bet they will. And I love that you kind of created the theme of the book around the lake. That's a great idea. Patty Melvin shared that she made her first 2 door hangers that were ordered for her paid monthly subscription. One of them is a unicorn. And the other one is dinosaurs. And then Jennifer Miller shared another Lola headed out the door. I think she sold more than one of these Highland cows from Lola. And this one, instead of saying welcome, says Ashton up at the top. So it must be going to be like a kid's bedroom door hanger. Jennifer Miller also painted these beautiful cornhole boards that you see down here at the bottom, and they are so impressive. It looks like maybe she stained the background and then did stripes. She said, I used the baby white technique to do the stripes. Oh, and then the ducks and everything on top. It's very visually appealing. I love it. And then Kathy Blackshear said, I designed this one, but I used Tamara's basic rose pattern from one of her patterns that I bought. She said, we are renovating our back. I cannot read all of a sudden. Let me take a breath. We are renovating our backyard into an entertainment feature and naming it the Yellow Rose Cantina. I was just telling my husband, Kathy, that we needed to name our pool. And he goes, why? I said, I don't know, because I want to. So we're trying to think of names for our swimming pool in the backyard. But I like that you call it the Yellow Rose Cantina. He said maybe we should use Oasis in the name. And I kind of like that because it does feel like our own personal little oasis back there. But this sign is gorgeous. It says Bienvenidos, which if you don't know means welcome in Spanish. Hey, Miss Pam, she said, so much inspiration from all these ladies. Isn't it so cool? I love scrolling the Clubhouse and seeing all the things people are creating. Donna Duncan shared this door hanger that she made for her Alaska cruise. She said, what do you think? If you didn't know, some people decorate their cruise ship doors when they go on vacation. So I think this is a really cool way to kind of make your mark on the cruise boat. Plus, it kind of helps you find your room, because I don't know if y'all have been on a cruise ship before, but it's huge and there's so many doors, so many rooms. And if you're not paying attention, you will walk right past your room and not even realize it. So having a door hanger on the door would be very helpful. And then we welcomed some new Painters Clubhouse sisters in the group. They're all holding up their little welcome packets that they got and making introductions. So welcome, ladies. We love welcoming new sisters and brothers. We don't have very many brothers, but mostly sisters. And then something else fun that we do every month is a door hanger challenge. So this is kind of an optional thing that people can participate in the Clubhouse if they're looking for a new project to do or just need some kind of like push to paint. And so our project this month was painting the Flowers for Mom design. And we offered this template to our members for free. It was kind of a bonus template that we gave them. And we gave them the 4 videos that I have painted in the past for 4 ways to paint this design, which is what you see in that picture there. And so several of our members took that design and ran with it and kind of created their own versions. And that was really fun to see. It's a really good Mother's Day design. Another fun thing we do in the Clubhouse is a Zoom paint party. And so at least once a month, we have one of our Clubhouse members host these parties, and ladies will find a project to paint and they just sit down and talk while they paint on Zoom. And so it's a great way to connect with other members of the group. And then you don't have to paint by yourself all the time. You can kind of schedule painting around the Zoom paint party. And then we choose a rock star a Painters Clubhouse rock star of the month. And our rock star for April was Lisa Howell. We usually choose them toward the end of the month. So I don't think we've chosen our May rock star of the month yet. So that's to be announced soon. So the one for April was Lisa Howell. So congratulations, Lisa. Those are based on who's been showing up in the group the most, who's been contributing, posting, commenting, things like that. And we just look at the group analytics and see who is ranking up toward the top there. We also do weekly powwows on Fridays, and we do Happy Mail giveaways, which are fun. The weekly powwows are very similar to what you see right here. It's kind of like a recap of the week, and we show what people have been painting in the group, what people have been sharing, things like that. And it's just kind of a good way to kind of catch up if you feel like you've been out of the loop. And here's a look at some of the door hanger challenge designs that people painted with the Flowers for Mom design. Lots of really cute ones. I really love how Denise White added that little flower right there above the tag on her door hanger. And then Susie Weeks changed it up by putting that design inside of a mason jar. And then some of the other ladies put them on a wood round. I really like how Susan Delaney did that whitewash sort of shiplap look in the background. That's clever. And then Deanna Klingerman did a really cool basket weave technique on hers over there on the left. And then Cheryl Lee did polka dots on hers with a pink background and purple flowers, which is really pretty. Okay, looking ahead to June. So I promised that you guys would get a sneak peek of what we're going to be doing next month, which this is not a sneak peek. I guess it's a grand reveal of what we're going to be painting in June. And these are the 3 designs. So number 1 is the Aloha Summer. And if this design looks intimidating, don't let it be intimidating. I'm going to break it down step by step for you. We're going to start with the background, and we're going to do that ombre background with just a slight distress. We're going to then add in the palms, and then the flower the hibiscus flower you see at the bottom, and the surfboard, and then we'll do the lettering in that area around the outside. So I will take it step by step for you so that you don't feel like this is too hard, because it may look hard, but I will break it down for you. It's going to be easy. So that's the one I'm teaching. This would be a great one to kind of like just hang up and kind of feel like you live in Hawaii or to like decorate out back by your pool or something like that. And then number 2 is going to be taught by Ashley Richards. I think she's going to change up the colors on this design, but we originally designed it kind of with this color scheme. So if you want to go with this color scheme, you totally can, or you can follow Ashley. So she's going to do her own color scheme on it. But this one's called Welcome Blooms. And if you want to go follow her, her page is called Oh So Darling Designs. And then we always remix an old design. So I'm going to be remixing the watermelon welcome design that we had from a few years ago and kind of painting it in a slightly new way, or just painting my version of it. And so that will be really fun. Let's see. Deanna says, oh my goodness, I love the Aloha Summer. Which one is your favorite? I want everybody to comment their favorite right now. Is it 1, 2, or 3? Somebody said, I went to the Zoom last month and it was so much fun. I'm glad to hear you're enjoying the Zoom calls. Okay, here comes the votes. Nicole says 1. Lori says, oh, lots of votes for number 1. I see several votes for 2 and 3 also, but I think number 1 is probably the clear winner here in the comments. Somebody said, I'm trying not to be intimidated. Diane loves number 2. I love number 2 too. I have a feeling in the near future, like next year, next summer, I'm going to be remixing that one just because I want to paint it for sure. It is hard to choose. Sometimes I'm a little envious of the guest painters. I'm like, oh, I want to paint that one. So sometimes you may see me duet, which is what we call when I go live with the guest painter and we're side by side on the screen. So maybe if I can, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't remember what date she's painting, but maybe I can duet with Ashley and I can paint it like the example because Ashley's going to paint hers slightly different. Marina says, don't make me pick. Hannah says, out of my comfort zone, but I need to practice on the blending of colors. I think you'll do great, Hannah. I think it'll be fine. Tammy says, can I vote 2 times? All right. So if you're not a Painters Clubhouse member and you want to paint one of these designs with us in June, go join right now, paintersclubhouse.com. And you can dive into one of these designs that we just painted this past month, or you can wait and paint with us in June when we paint these new designs. Now, I am getting ready to go live in just a few minutes in the Painters Clubhouse, but first I'm going to do a live Q&A with you. So how many of you guys have a question that you've been saving up that you're like, it's a burning question you've been dying to ask a door hanger painter or a person who does paint parties or craft shows? Drop it in the comments right now. We're going to do a live Q&A for the next 20 minutes or so. And when that's over, I'm going to go live in the Clubhouse and I'm going to share what's going to be in our June companion pack, which is the new thing that we've been doing in the Clubhouse, where we mail you a box with goodies in it that go along with the tutorials. Nicole says, best community ever. Everyone is so, so welcoming. Thank you for that. Dixie says, I love it when you do it. Paint. It's neat to see the differences. Yeah. And it's kind of fun to like, I always like watching other people like go live together because you kind of like hear the conversation between the two of them. And so it's kind of neat. It's just a different dynamic than like 1, 2, 1 here. Okay. No questions? Donna said I missed. What are we voting for? We were voting on which of these designs was everybody's favorite. 1, 2, or 3. That's okay. Okay, what questions do you guys have? If there's no questions, we can't have a live Q&A. Okay, Kirsty says, I'm having trouble with Posca paint pens bleeding. What am I doing wrong? Okay, my question back to you, Kirsty, is when are they bleeding? Are they bleeding during the use of them, or are they bleeding during like the sealing process? When is the bleeding happening? Give me a little bit more details about what's going on, and I'll follow up. Okay, Deanna says, where are people selling the door hangers? I'm struggling with that part. Okay, I need everybody to chip in and help answer Deanna's question here in the comments. Where are you selling your door hangers? I'll give you a few ideas. First, I started out selling at my local farmer's market. Our farmer's market here in our town is awesome. Not only do they have food, but they have baked goods, they have crafts, they have clothes, they have all kinds of things. And so I used to set up at our local farmer's market and sell door hangers. And I would paint live at the farmer's market. And not only did I sell door hangers that way, but I also booked lots of paint parties that way. And it really helped get my name out in the community outside of my friends and family group. Another way is Facebook Marketplace. If you have like a local group you could post in, Etsy shop, just your personal Facebook page, even though that's technically against Facebook's terms of service to sell on your Facebook page. What you can do is share a photo and be like, look at this cool new thing I'm doing. Would anybody be interested in one? And if JoJo comments and says, I want one, say, okay, great. I'll private message you. And you do the selling in the back alley of Facebook on the private messenger. Alexis says, I love watching others paint door hangers while I'm painting them. Yes, I think so too. I was looking to see if people had commented where they're selling. Okay. Deborah puts hers in Facebook Marketplace. Sandy says Facebook, my website, local shops and events. Also Etsy. Lots of people sell on Etsy. Local events in the area. So craft shows, things like that. I've seen lots of people lately say too that they have a booth set up like in their local peddler's mall or, those kind of stores that allow booths to have like permanently set up booths. It's kind of like a miniature store inside of a larger store. So check about that sort of thing. Hopefully that gave you some ideas. Okay, going back up here. What other questions do we have? Okay, Kirsty says her Posca pens are bleeding during the use when outlining. I'm trying to think what might be causing that because I've never really had that problem while I'm painting. So, is it possible that your paint pen needs shaking really well and then like priming? I would almost like wonder if you could like dab it on a dry paper towel or something before you start using it on the door hanger to kind of like get the excess liquid out because it should not be oozing out of the pen like too much and it should not be bleeding. So I wonder if either the paint is separating in your pen and it's like getting more of that clear liquid than it should be and it's not drying quick enough or something and it's causing it to bleed. Or maybe the paint you're painting on top of could be causing that. I don't have that problem with, Deco Art Americana, but I know some people paint on other kinds of paints or maybe your paint's not 100% dry yet. I don't know. If anybody has any suggestions for her for Posca pens bleeding while doing outlining, let us know. I've never had that problem. How do you know what type of door hangers to make? Okay, so Alexis, if you're feeling a little bit stumped because there's like so many designs, right? Our website has over 1,000 different designs to choose from. And it's like, which one do I even choose? If I were you, Alexis, I would either go on Pinterest and kind of look at summer, like for right now, we're at the very beginning of summer. So right now you could be selling patriotic, strawberry fruit type designs, things like that, because summer's coming up. So if you need inspiration about what's trending, go on Pinterest and just scroll and start seeing what pops up. Or what I love to do is walk around Hobby Lobby, Pure One Imports, Kirkland's, places that have home decor like Marshall's, Home Goods, things like that. And I just pay attention to what I see on the shelves. So, a couple years ago, everything had lemons on it. Now everything has bumblebees on it. Bumblebees must be trending. And then I had been seeing lots of gnomes and things like that. So pay attention to things you see trending in stores like that. And that will kind of give you an idea of what will sell well if you're not sure what to make. Otherwise, you can always just kind of paint what I paint on my Southern Adornments Facebook page, like on a Tuesday, because I'm always going to choose something that was a bestseller. I like to go in after we've had our new releases, like our new releases come out on Fridays. And so we'll release 5 new designs on a Friday. They're on sale throughout the weekend. So on Monday, a lot of times I will go in there and look and see which of the 5 was the best seller over the weekend. And that's usually the one that I paint live. Well, this one I think was actually our second bestseller. Our number 1 bestseller was the Home Sweet Home with the strawberries that were stacked on top of each other. You saw it in our showcase just a few minutes ago. The reason I didn't paint that one live that day was because I had already painted that one in the Clubhouse. So it was a Clubhouse exclusive. And so this was the second bestseller. And so you can kind of take notes based on what I'm painting because other door hanger artists are buying that one. And that one's the one. That's why I chose it. Okay, Tammy is suggesting for Kirsten to wait until it's dry good, then spray instead of brushing them. Okay, so that's if your paint pens are smearing when you're sealing them. Yes, that can definitely be an issue. Okay, Marina said, I went outside the box for the Bible painting workshop and painted on a hat. Is there a fabric sealer you use and love? No, I haven't done a lot of that. However, I have bought, I'm flaking on the name. What is that stuff you buy that keeps your fabrics looking fresh in the sun and in the rain for like outdoor patio cushions and pillows? I'm stumped. What's the name? I'm looking in the comments. Scotch Guard. I knew somebody would have the answer. Of course, it's Megan and Brandy. Thank you guys. Scotch Guard. I have used a Scotch Guard spray. I don't know if that works well over paint, but I would try it. I would try it for sure. Because that's going to keep things from staining your project. You might just kind of like look, because I think they make different kinds of Scotch Guard now too. But I don't have a personal one that I use and love. Looking for questions. Did you, everybody's asking questions about the paint pen. Did you over pump your paint pen? That is a common problem too. Yeah, it can cause paint to run and bleed. Okay, Hannah wants suggestions for how to store your door hangers without scratching each other and scratching the paint. One thing you could do, Hannah, is put them in like a clear cellophane bag, kind of like the bags that you can buy at the Dollar Tree that are made for gift baskets. You put your gift basket in there and tie it up. Those are also great for those of you. Here's a pro tip for those of you who do vendor events and craft shows. Buy a bunch of those bags, and when somebody shops in your booth and buys a door hanger, instead of just handing them the door hanger, package it up in one of those clear cellophane bags, put a cute piece of ribbon on it and tie a bow. Make sure you staple your business card to the packaging, and then give it to them, because that way when they're carrying it around in that clear cellophane bag, everybody at the show is seeing them carry it around, and that's proof that somebody else liked it and bought it. And then it also helps you advertise, because somebody might not have made their way around to your booth yet, and they'll be like, hey, I love that truck door hanger, where did you get that? And they'll be like, oh, it's booth number such and such back in the corner, you know. But it's also a great way to like store your door hangers in between the seasons. Now, I probably wouldn't recommend that if your door hangers are in a place like an attic or a shed or somewhere that's not temperature controlled, because you don't want that plastic sticking to your paint and like messing things up. Otherwise, you might could just take like a piece of cardboard or something like that and put between each one. Any other suggestions you guys have? You guys always have good ideas too. Okay, Vinny says, I am working on the Just Peachy design. This is a Clubhouse design she's talking about. And she said, I'm not sure when to transfer the template. Okay, Vinny, what I would do if I were you, because I think if I remember correctly, the background of that one is a buffalo plaid design. I would completely paint the buffalo plaid first. Just paint your round solid white or whatever the background color was, and then do your buffalo plaid. And once that's completely dry, then lay your template on top of it and trace out the rest of the design. What's the best way to put the hanger on the door hanger? Laura Davis, jute string, a staple gun, and a knot on each end of the jute string. That's the easiest way. That's the way I've done it for years. So that's what I've got on the back of these. A lot of people use wire and they drill a hole, but I'm like, I don't want to drill a hole in this. I just painted it. And I hate touching wire. I hate touching metal clothes hangers. It's just an ick matter for me. So I just use jute string. I tie a knot in one end. There's my knot. And I staple it on the back using 1/4 inch staples. Now you may be saying, how in the world are you using 1/4 inch staples if your wood's only a 1/4 inch thick? One of the tricks is to either put down, like MDF, I have never, ever had a staple come through on the other side with MDF. It's just so dense. And it's hard to get that staple in deep enough that it's going to pop through on the other side. But another little hack is to cut yourself a little square of cardboard, put it right over that, and then staple on top of the cardboard. And that'll give you just a little bit more thickness so that your staple doesn't come all the way through. So hopefully that helps. Well, that's crooked. Has anyone used vinyl on door hangers, or do you prefer using vinyl as a stencil? Alexis, I don't really use vinyl at all in either way, but there are lots of door hanger painters who do use it. But I think a lot of the ones who are using it are using the vinyl as the lettering. I don't think they're using it as a stencil. Now, I could be wrong. If anybody uses it in that way, please let us know in the comments. But most of the people who paint along with me are painting either on a laser etched blank that has the design already lasered into it. And so they're just painting inside the lines freehand with either a pen, a paint pen, or a paintbrush. Or they're using one of our printable templates and they're tracing the lettering onto the design and then doing the same thing. There aren't very many people in my group that I know of that are using vinyl in that way anymore. Okay, Marie is sharing her tip. She said, I stack the painted side to painted side, back side to back side. And when I run out of room to hang them up with boot clips. Ooh, boot clips. I like that idea. Okay, Donna says, for home use, I store them in small trash bags. That's a good idea. Am I selling the paint storage rack? She's talking about the thing hanging up behind me. Yes, these are available on our website. The one hanging up behind me is stained. You can get them stained or natural wood. Just search paint storage cube at shopdoorhangers.com and you'll find it. Marie says parchment paper in between. That's a great idea. Donna says I do use vinyl as a stencil for my lettering and I do light coats. Great tip. Deanna says, I used vinyl as a stencil for the stars on my barn quilt. Okay, so maybe there are a lot more people using it. We just don't see that part of the process. We see the finished project and we don't know when they're using it. Tammy says, when the laser burns the lines in the template, does it leave an indentation in the wood? Just slightly. It's just enough that you can like barely catch it with your fingertip when you run your finger across the wood. But once it's painted, you almost can't see it unless you're really looking for it. Brenda says, I've used vinyl a few times for a template. I'm getting better at lettering, but sometimes I really want it crisp. I get that for sure, especially when I'm doing like super scripty lettering, more scripty even than these. Like, you know how you want something to look like a classy font that's like really elegant and swoopy and stuff like that. I could totally see myself doing it in that case. Carrie says she's done both stencil and as vinyl. So there's not a wrong way to do any of this. Okay, I've run out of questions, y'all, and I think I'm running out of time. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. If you missed the beginning of this live where we shared what we had done in the Clubhouse over the past month, I want you to go back and watch from the beginning because we shared some really great, inspiring photos from inside the Painters Clubhouse. And if you've been wondering what the Painters Clubhouse is, it's a great way to kind of see what we do in there. It's a look behind the scenes sort of thing. And I'm fixing to go live in the Clubhouse just now and share what is in our June companion pack. So if you're a Clubhouse member, come join me in there in just a moment. No, you didn't miss that info, Sarah. I'm going live in the Clubhouse because that's only for the Clubhouse. So I can't announce that here on the public page. I am live in the Clubhouse right now also, but not to be confusing at all. One more question before I go. Alexa says, how do you know how long to make your string for the door hanger? I think that depends on the shape of your door hanger. I don't like for my string to stick up much more than like 3 inches above the door hanger. That one's probably a little longer even than I like. And it also depends on if you're putting a bow on your project or a bow on your string. Some people attach the bow to the string. And so that would kind of help you determine how high above the door hanger you want it to be. All right, y'all, I enjoyed this live Q&A and the showcase with you guys. I will see you guys next time. And if you want to join the Painters Clubhouse, go to paintersclubhouse.com.